Okay. Welcome back to Welcome Demon School Iruma-kun episode 14. If you're hearing some voices in the background, next door apparently there's a party going on. Yep, that's something going on for that. Yeah. So, yeah, we bring this series back, this interview series, first time in almost a year. Yes, because the last review I did for this was like on my parents' anniversary. Yes. Now, I was very much looking forward to this. Well, this actually was the only anime, basically, where they had not announced the dub just yet. I didn't know the dub was coming out today until I actually found out about it just yesterday. So I was not really expecting to review this today. But I should also point out that next week we're gonna see basically Bleach Stars of Blood, where its English dub will release next weekend. So starting with next weekend for a while, we're gonna have 4 anime to review. Like not 4, 5 anime review on Saturdays now. 5. So, so basically with this one, we have the opening episode of season 3 of the show. Yes. Oh, in case you're curious though, how many chapters currently is the manga right now? 273. I just finished reading, I caught up with the series just not that long ago. Now, this episode is quite interesting to say the least. Because this episode covers, from the basic of the manga, pages 5 to 22 of 95, basically finishing the chapter, 96 the entire thing, and 4 through 8 of 97. Now, basically the thing starts out with we have Iruma, Claire, and Az. Oh, I should point out though, Amadeus Alice. Yes, they actually replaced his English dub actor. And you're thinking, why did it replace an English dub actor? There's actually a very good reason why. Because this past April, Billy Kemetz, the one who had voiced him in the previous 2 seasons of the show, he actually passed away in April. And I asked Brian Knickerbocker about him, and she didn't want to talk about him very much because basically, well, I could tell based upon the way she talked about him, it seems like they're really close friends. Not like, let's say, I don't know if they're romantically involved. I have no idea. I have no evidence to support that. I just think they were really close friends. So, and she basically, her memories with him is personal. So, now, of course, basically, Bill Kemetz, I only heard him in a few different anime. Aside from this one, there was, of course, also the Rising Hero. That's the most obvious one. Actually, he got sick in April, but he passed away this past June. He passed away just a few months ago. So, these are the series I had heard him in. JoJo's Adventures Time as a Brick was as Josuke Zagaya. That's one. He was also in Barto. I haven't listened to English dub, but I heard he's the voice middle lead, the original voice actor. He's in Konosuba. That's 3. 4, he's in ReZero, the young version of Wilhelm. 4, of course, also Nofumi. Of course, he could play season 2 because of his passing. This show, of course, Fire Force, Attack on Titan. And that's it. Yes. Prince of Tennis was actually his last anime he did just before he passed away. Yeah, that was the last no official series he worked on. Yeah, he was part of one of the dubs for the series. But yeah, that was the last series he did. So basically, a half a dozen series. My opinion of him as a voice actor is that he was a very good voice actor. I enjoyed every character he voiced. There was a single character that I had heard that he voiced that he did a bad job with. Not necessarily. I would say probably his best characters are probably Amadeus Alice is one of them. I think he does an absolutely fantastic job. He did a fantastic job voicing. Not Fumi from the Writer, which he did reprise the character in Isekai Quartet Season 2. Yep, he reprised him there. Those are two characters, basically, I think he did an excellent job with. Josie Hisagawa from Diamonds Unbreakable. That basically, great character, and that's another character I think people will finally remember him for, along with Nafumi. I think of also, you gotta think Amadeus Alice is up there too, because he did 2 seasons with this character, and he was funny, thoroughly enjoyable. And here's the strange thing about Billy Kimmets. He's actually, like, before he passed away, he was, like, a little over a year older than I was. That I am currently. I am currently 34 years old. He was 35 when he passed away. Quite young. Yes. So, if I get a chance to talk to anybody who actually worked with him, I will basically tell them that I enjoyed a lot of the work that he worked on. I just enjoyed it. I think he, like in the case of Amadeus Alice, he's a funny character, he's enjoyable, and he's memorable. And plus, like Nafumi, he wears pretty much the same attire the whole time you see him, which is quite hilarious. And his mother is very overbearing. Now, here's a fun fact about his replacement voice actor, Stephen Fu. Believe it or not, he also replaced him on The Rise Should Hero. Yes, Stephen Fu replaced him on 2 series. Yep. Excuse me, you're probably thinking, okay. It's weird, though, that he replaced him on 2 series he worked on. Yeah, I think that's kind of strange on his part. That because of the unexpected passing of Billy Kimmets, that he just had to take over, and he's just a few years older than I am. Oh, you also can find him as weather report in JoJo Bizarre Adventures Stone Ocean. Yep. Now with this episode, they're building off the fame they got from the arc that ended the previous season, the Walter Park arc. Yeah, so this one, they pretty much, in a way, they kind of start off the special tutor arc of the series. Now, end of Final Days, they did kind of finish adapting this arc already. Mostly, yes. Mm-hmm. I'd definitely say so. Mm-hmm. Except they did skip 1 chapter. Okay, so I'm looking at here. So yeah, definitely that the arc was officially finished with the previous season, so I'm going to include that as finished. Even though they did kind of start this arc with the end of the previous season as a preview per se. I'm sure Billy Kimmets, if he wasn't sick, he'd probably be looking forward to doing this one. Yes, I'm sure he probably would have. He probably would have loved doing this arc. I'm sure he probably would have loved it if he wasn't sick. He passed away from colon cancer. Yes. By now I'm talking about Artemis Alice's voice actor, but his is the only one I can think of where his actor got replaced. Everyone else pretty much maintained their new role. We do have debut a brand new character in this arc. Oh, don't worry, we will get to her. Yeah, so building off the hype from the previous season of the show with the Walter Park stuff. Now, in case you're curious, so the Special 2 arc is only 7 chapters. Yeah, 7 chapters. And it concludes with chapter 100 and... It starts chapter 95, and it concludes with chapter 101. I think, as far as I can tell, they did pretty much wrap it up with 47. So it's basically only just a few episodes. And then move on to the Harvest Festival arc, which this one is quite lengthy. It's 39 chapters. So I think in the case of this season, well, they're going to go through obviously Special Tutor and Harvest Festival maybe, and possibly post-Harvest Festival. That's pretty much what they're going to go through. Yeah, so when they all get there you have basically you have Clara and Iruma just walking with these gigantic bags. Now, here's the strange thing. Sullivan is nowhere to be seen in the episode. He's mentioned a couple times, but he's nowhere to be seen. You're probably thinking, did they cut from the episode? No, they did not. He actually is. Believe it or not, he's actually not in the chapter they tapped for this episode. No, seriously, he's not there. So, what would they cut if he's not there? So they arrive there, and of course, popular. They get to the class. They go in. Of course, they have some students basically pose because they're heroes, and then they get the bad news. Excuse me. Here's the start the second year. They have to advance in rank to, I think, like rank 4. I think most everybody there was like rank 1 or 2. They had the rank to rank 4 in the before second year starts. And we have of course, we have the professor basically details with this little paper thing. So we have debut of these particular instructors. Yes, these instructors. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, Amari is briefly seen a couple times in the episode, just moping over Emma. Like, first see her from distance, where she just basically see her, and then pretty much like then she gets texting that he can't basically continue reading sessions for a while, which he's, from what I can tell, seems like she's fine with it. Mm-hmm. And of course, everybody gets special tours in order to advance in rank. You have Rim taking charge of Clara and the other woman in the class. We also have Robin, who takes Irma like one other person. We also have a guy who's basically sets T. We also have Bellum, Pfeiffer, Vapor. Momoziki's briefly in the episode. We also debut Baccio, who, by sheer appearance, looks like Clara. Yes. Because when you see her in the anime, she looks more like a serious version of Clara. Clara is usually there for comedy, and it's implied she has a thing for Irma. But this woman, like, my gosh, she looks exactly like her. Like, same appearance, same size. I think that she's slightly taller than Clara, and she's a little bit older. And she's he's basically Robin's older sister. So Robin kind of in a way hands her, like, I think he's so cool because he's basically the newbie. So hands off to her, and basically they're treated as like slaves, like basically carrying her around like a throne, getting drinks and getting wrong one. There's the main outfits, and that's pretty much it for them. Everyone else basically just does whatever this episode or advance in rank. But that's pretty much the episode all together. Yeah. So, another character is Mr. Hat. Yeah, he actually is someone who teaches. The Calm, who is the pervert owl, and Crocker, who is basically a dem doll. Yes, she's a dem doll. And the thing is, I think apparently, I think Irma is the only one outside class who doesn't know who she is. Oh, it's Elizabeth there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I gotta admit, this was definitely a good opening episode for the season, and I'm definitely looking forward to the rest. But this training will not take too long, sadly enough. So yeah, they do mention here about the not only Heart Festival, they also mentioned the music festival. You're thinking, really? The music festival? Yes, the music festival. which that is an arc. I do not know if the season will get to that. That's a strange thing. I have no idea if they're going to get to it. Like, I'm sure that he was probably just teasing something for a future season. But I have this distinct feeling that this season will probably just cover, well, of course, the special shooter arc, obviously, the Harvest Festival, post-Harvest Festival, and maybe the Sal Person arc, maybe. But they probably have to basically cover that and the Harvest Festival, that, or they have to split 2 seasons. It is possible, but it is completely unknown exactly how far the arc is going to go on for. That's the thing. Completely unknown. They did have an arc just wrapped just recently. I think it's wrapped up as far as I can tell. The Heartbreak arc, which was 45 chapters. Yeah, seriously, this thing was freaking long. It was chapter 223. And it doesn't wrap up until chapter 267. The current arc is just something else altogether. But yeah, great opening episode. Can't wait for the next episode. Oh, the professor for the abnormal class, it is Calgo. Yeah, Calgo. Yeah, definitely looking forward to, like I said, definitely for the rest. Okay, so that's episode review. Next one's going to be, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Uzi wants to hang out, okay? Next video. Bye.